Where did black magic come from? Because it didn't just appear, it was created. And the truth about who created it is something most people aren't ready to hear. Thousands of years ago, in an ancient region known today as Mesopotamia, archaeologists uncovered something unexpected: small clay tablets covered in strange symbols. At first glance, they looked like simple writing, but when translated, they revealed something disturbing. Instructions, not stories, not myths, but written steps for protection, and sometimes harm. But this is where things get unsettling, and what they found next made it even stranger. In ancient Egypt, researchers discovered something similar: ancient papyrus scrolls, hidden for centuries. These texts contain rituals for healing, for protection, for love, and yes, for curses. Modern scholars later grouped many of these texts into what is known as the Greek magical papyri, a collection of ancient writings that show something powerful. Centuries later, modern researchers began to revisit these ancient writings. But this time, they weren't looking for magic. They were looking for meaning. One of the earliest scholars to translate these texts was Sir Wallis Budge, 1857 to 1934, a British Egyptologist working at the British Museum who spent years decoding ancient Egyptian papyri. What he found inside those texts wasn't fantasy, but something far more human. Prayers for protection, spells for healing, ritual instructions written with absolute seriousness. Another major figure was Samuel Noah Kramer, 1897 to 1990, a world-renowned scholar of ancient Mesopotamia who studied thousands of clay tablets from early civilizations. He helped translate some of the oldest written records on Earth, found in regions like Mesopotamia. And inside those tablets, he didn't find monsters or supernatural forces, but something more unsettling in a different way. People writing down their fears, as if something was listening, their losses, their illnesses, their failures, and trying to explain them through unseen powers. Not because those forces were real, but because randomness was harder to accept. What these scholars realized over time was simple, yet powerful. They were evidence of something universal, and that discovery changed everything because it suggested something uncomfortable. Ancient humans didn't ask, "What happened?" They asked, "Who caused it?" Because in their world, nothing was random. If something good happened, someone blessed you. If something bad happened, someone cursed you. And that single idea changed human history forever. At this point in history, something critical happens. Humans begin believing that words can change reality, not just describe the world, but influence it. And once that belief takes hold, it spreads everywhere. It doesn't stay in stories. It spreads into behavior, into rituals, into entire civilizations. So where did black magic come from? Not from ancient rituals, not from hidden books, but from the moment humans stopped accepting randomness and started asking, so maybe black magic was never about darkness. Maybe it was always about something closer. The human need to understand the unknown. And once you see it that way, you start noticing something strange. We never stopped doing it. If you found this interesting, subscribe for more deep documentary mysteries like this, because the real stories are never the ones people talk about. And share this with someone who still thinks history is simple, because once they hear this, they might never look at belief the same way again.